Hi, this is Deborah from dinglefoot.com, and this week I have a simple scrapbook page to show you, and this is just for one photo, for a 5x7 photo. So I have a tan cardstock and a red pattern paper, and then I have other little pieces that I've cut off of a lighter color of tan cardstock. I have 3 flowers and 3 little glitter brads, and I have 2 stamps from the Birds Galore set from Inkadinkadoo. I'm going to be using this one on the bottom and this bird right here. And I'm going to be stamping them on this tan cardstock and then embossing them in gold. I also have a swirl stamp, and this is from Autumn Leaves. I'll be using that one. I have some glue ready, and I think that's about all I need. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have my swirl stamp. I grabbed a different black ink pad. I wanted one with the pad sticking up, and that's a nice feature if you're looking for an ink pad. Sometimes if you have a big stamp like this, you can't even get it down in the ink if you have a recessed ink pad. So I'm going to be stamping swirls just up the one side of this page. So we'll go ahead and do that. Should probably take about 3 to make a design on the side of my page. Okay, so we'll do another one here. We'll just kind of try to make it fairly even. Just depends what kind of swirl stamp you have. If you want it straight up and down, or if you want it a little more decorative. I like this one. Kind of just straight up and down, so. Okay, so next, since I have my ink out and everything, I'm going to be grabbing just a scrap of this beige paper that I had before, and I'm going to take this bird stamp right here. We're going to be stamping it on this beige paper, embossing it, and then I'm going to grab a little pair of scissors and just cut it out. So this is going to be a little decoration that's going to go in the middle of my swirls on the page. So we'll get that stamped and embossed and cut out, and I will be right back after that. Okay, so you can see I got my little bird embossed with gold and cut out. And this is going to be put right here on the scrapbook page. I'll pop it up with a Zot or something. And while we're at it, this is a little saying that I typed out on Word, and I'm going to be putting this on the bottom of my scrapbook page. But first, just to decorate it a little bit while we're already stamping, I'm going to take this other bird from my Birds Galore stamp set, and I'm going to do the same thing, stamping and embossing, no cutting this time. This is just going to go, it just happened to fit right here. I didn't even design it this way. I'm going to be stamping that right on my saying that I printed out, and I'm also going to emboss that with gold. So we're just going to follow the same steps, emboss that, oops, spilling my embossing powder, and then we will be back to do the rest of the scrapbook page. Okay, now we're ready for our red paper, and what I did was just lay it so that it's covering most of the page, and I'm just going to mark the edge here and mark the edge here, and I'm going to trim these off. And these papers, you want to save those nice edges that you have left because they're really neat for cards and things. So I'm going to go cut that, and while I'm at it, I'm going to take this piece of paper here, and this is for a 5x7 photo. So if you want to have a nice frame around your photo, just measure 5.5 inches and 7.5 inches on your sheet. And then when you put it on your scrapbook page, it'll already have a really beautiful frame for your photo. So I'm going to go ahead and get those cut, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all my papers cut, my red paper, and this is cut to 5.5 by 7.5. That will go up there. And the saying's going to go down here. So we can start putting this together, and you can use whatever glues work for you. A lot of people prefer a tape runner or a stick kind of glue. You can use whatever suits you. And if you want to get really fancy with scrapbook pages like these, you can stitch around the edges of your papers and your photo mats. That always makes them look really, really nice and like you just put in a lot of effort. Or you could use a stitch stamp too and just go around the edges. Okay, so that's on. This thing's just going to go right on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of center that on the paper. And can't forget our little gold bird. He's going to get popped up with a zot. And I'm going to put that right in the center of these little swirls there. So our little bird will go there. You can see that. Just popped up there. And then for our photo mat, if you want to make this just a little bit fancier than just a plain photo mat on a paper, what you can do is grab a piece of ribbon. I grabbed black just to pull in the lettering that I have here and the stamped images there. What you can do is just start with a little edge here that you can wrap around the back of your picture and secure. And then just make a little wrap around your photo with the around your photo mat with the ribbon. Okay, so if you crisscross it like that, you're still going to have enough room to slide your picture in there. Just take a little bit of double stick tape, a little piece down there to secure it. Gotta get the backing off there. Just make sure your ribbon's stuck down. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull off the backing and stick that ribbon down, and it kind of just adds a little bit of something to your photo mat, and your photo can easily slip down in there. You could even add a little clip or anything you want to put on there. So now this can also get put on the scrapbook paper. I think I'm going to grab the double stick tape. This roll here is the score tape, and it's really nice and sticky like the tacky tape, but you can just pull off the pieces that you want with your fingers. You don't need scissors or anything. So I'm going to go around with that just to make sure my mat will stick really well. Then we're going to pull off the backing and stick it right on our page. So I'm going to get that done, and then we're going to finish up with the flowers, and that's going to be about it for this page. Alright, all I'm going to do is grab my hot glue here, and I put my little glitter brads right through my flowers. So I'm just going to add those along the top. And we will be done with this page. Okay. And there we go. That's our finished page. Thanks so much for watching.